Hey everybody, this is Andy with Patterson Adjuster Training. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sketch an attic style ceiling. This video is a continuation of last week's video, which was called Don't Be Dumb, where I scope a room with an attic style ceiling, and basically what I talk about is don't square those ceilings off. So now let's jump into Xactimate and I'll show you how to sketch it. Before we get started, there's some measurements that you're going to need. Remember from the last video, we're going to need length, width, ceiling height, attic width, distance to attic, tall wall and short wall. So the length is 15 foot 6, the width is 11 foot 4, the ceiling height is 7 foot 7, the attic width is 12 foot 4, distance to attic is 1 foot 7, the tall and the short wall are the same, and they're 7 foot. So we're going to drop a room on here, and we're going to get our length 15.6. We're going to get our width 11 foot 4. Now once we have our dimensions right, let's go ahead and change the label. Call this Adjuster House Living Room. Now we're going to change our ceiling type. Change this to attic. And now let's go back to our sketch. And so the orientation on this is running left to right. We need it to run top to bottom because remember our angles are over here on the left and right wall. So to do that, we're going to come up here to our orientation tool, and then we're just going to select either this wall or this wall, it doesn't matter, and just drop it there. Now it's going to look kind of funky right now, but we're going to change the settings. So first thing we're going to do is go to our properties. So we're going to change this to 7 foot 7, so ceiling height. Distance to attic is 1 foot 7. And then our short and tall wall are the same. Now we need to come back up here to attic width, change this to 12 foot 4. So now we should have everything right. If you click on each heading, it'll show you what measurement it needs. So the ceiling height is 7 foot 7. That's the floor to the tallest part of the ceiling. Attic width is the flat part in between these angles. Distance to attic is the small angle parts. And then the short wall and the tall wall, which are the same. And so this is what it looks like in 3D. Now if you remember from the video, there's actually a missing wall right here, because right here is the entryway. So we can do a missing wall right there, and it's 3 foot wide. And then change the properties, it's rectangle, it goes to the ceiling, so we're going to change this from no to yes. Then we'll look at it in 3D. And it looks kind of funky, see how this is all slanted off? But don't worry about that. That's just Xactimate's weird quirk. And you can see it's correct here. And then if you add another room on here, you'll see that it's correct. So if you go in here, see, it's squared off like it should be. Now if you come to Adjuster House, this is one of the rooms that you'll have to sketch. If you're interested in Adjuster House, what it is, it's a house with real damage. It's a house that I'm working on. I've turned it into a training house for adjusters because there's a lot of training out there that's done virtually. But the problem with that as a field adjuster is whenever you get deployed, you're not going to be scoping off of photos or pictures or videos. You're going to be standing in the house with the real damage, and then you've got to sketch it. So my goal was to create a real house with real damage that you would have to stand in and sketch and get the right line items, identify the correct material, think through the repair process, and get an accurate estimate together before you get deployed and have to do it while the insured's standing right there. The more you can practice in real life situations, the better you're going to be. When you get deployed, you're not going to be writing estimates off photos and videos. You're going to be standing in the house physically, and that's when panic sets in. But if you've already practiced your skills at Adjuster House, it's not going to be as intimidating as it would be if you've never been in a house with real damage. I will be doing a webinar within the next 2 weeks. So what the webinar is for is to give you more information about the cost. It's a 3-day class. I'm going to share the training outline with you. I'll also talk about where to stay and also the lodging discounts that I've negotiated for any students attending Adjuster House. So be looking for that. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helps. I will see you in the next one.